Here's how Toronto's new core is built for the playoffs. For the last 5 years, the pattern of incredible regular season and playoff misery has repeated itself. So will they win the East this year? That's unpredictable with certain players' history. Having said that, here's 5 reasons why the Raptors should win the East in 2019. The most obvious reason is their kryptonite isn't in the way. Lowry and DeRozan couldn't perform against LeBron. They were intimidated year after year. Bucks fans are going to say, what about Giannis? He's like a LeBron in his prime. Well, Toronto has a roster that's tougher mentally and talent-wise than it's ever been in the past. That's all coming up, of course. Reason number 4 is Kyle Lowry's lesser role. He's not counted on to be a number 1 or 2, debatably even a 3rd option with Gasol being on the squad now, so he can play a pressure-free game come the playoffs. That's going to be huge for him. But quite honestly, his playoff efficiency has taken a massive step up in his last 2 appearances. Also, with DeRozan in the past not being able to fill the role of a number 1 option in the postseason, it definitely confused things for everyone, including Lowry. Through it all, though, he kept his scoring up, and like I said, last 2 seasons are impressive in terms of efficiency. Shout out to Zanya, who says no Derrick Rose, not even an honorable mention. I definitely forgot him and McCollum, and I accept that adjustments to the order could have been made. I'm only getting better with those mistakes, though. Only 6 more days of Community Speaks, then the giveaway happens, the board resets. Stay tuned for today's question to get next video shout out. Number 3, Nick Nurse over Casey. Nurse is just the definition of a player's coach. Instead of the get-in-your-face Van Gundy type, he acts like he's in the same boat as his players, and that consistent energy he brings is as important as any of the offensive or defensive schemes he brings to the table. Whether Toronto has had Kawhi in the lineup or not, they run an offense that allows for balanced scoring, and Kawhi has players that benefit his playing style perfectly when he isn't resting. More on that after some bench mob talk for reason number 2, the Raptors should win the East this season. When Van Vliet gets fully healthy and can actually play in this year's playoffs, unlike last year's, he, Lin, Powell, Anunoby, and Gasol is set to be the second unit. The obvious standout from that is having the 3-time All-Star and Defensive Player of the Year Marc Gasol be your backup center. Jeremy Lin's playmaking, experience, and finishing ability make him tough to stop. Can he get that jumper consistent is the question. But whether Lowry or Danny Green are playing with the second unit while Kawhi and Siakam rest, or you allow Lin and the impressive young guys to play with Gasol, Toronto's bench is built to be the best in the NBA. First off, Kawhi's confidence, being the talent that he is, helps everyone else on the squad take on the same mentality, and mental toughness was the team's biggest issue in the past. Kawhi and Gasol have proven to thrive under pressure. When those two find pick-and-roll chemistry, man, it's going to be scary. Kyle Lowry is 2nd in assists in the NBA and makes it so Kawhi can be a threat off the ball, but it's actually been Pascal Siakam being the team's 2nd most valuable player this season, maybe 3rd actually with all the charges Kyle Lowry takes, but Pascal is the outline of the perfect second option. He can score in all situations. Obviously, he prefers the fast break, but even half-court scenarios, Siakam is creating shots for himself from the mid-range or making contested layups look easy. So the first-place Bucks are definitely dangerous. The Celtics' youth isn't a joke, and Philly's got a ton of scoring and star power. But Toronto's roster from top to bottom gives them just as good, if not a better shot at winning the East than those teams. Toronto should win the East in my opinion. Today's shoutout question is, will they? And give a reason why. If you're new, hit subscribe. Thanks the world for watching. This has been Dflow. See you next video.